हाय एवरीवन, वेलकम टू मैथ मैजेस्टिक। आज हम करेंगे क्लास 10th चैप्टर 2 पॉलिनोमियल्स। इन द प्रीवियस वीडियो वी हैव डन द डेफिनेशन ऑफ पॉलिनोमियल, क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ पॉलिनोमियल्स एंड zeros of a polynomial, and geometrical interpretation of the video also we have done. So if you have not checked out those video, so please go and watch that videos first. Now we will do the topic relation between zeros and coefficients. So I have told you one result earlier also, that every polynomial of degree n has at most n zeros. That means कोई भी polynomial अगर उसकी डिग्री 2 है तो उसके ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 2 रियल ज़ीरोज़ हो सकती हैं या रियल रूट्स हो सकते हैं। अगर कोई क्यूबिक polynomial है तो उसके ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 3 रूट्स हो सकते हैं, रियल रूट्स। So that means there is a relation between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. So we will find out that relation between zeros and polynomial. So let's take a polynomial x square plus 7x plus 12. Let's take a polynomial. Now we will find out its roots first. So we will do the splitting of the middle term. So we will take them 4x plus 3x as the roots of this. So we will take first two terms together, x common, so x plus 4, in these two 3 common, x plus 4. So we get two factors of it, x plus 4 and x plus 3. So if we have to find out the zeros of this polynomial, we will put them equal to 0. So if we put x plus 4 equal to 0, we will get x is minus 4. And if we put x plus 3 equal to 0, then we will get x is equal to minus 3. So that means we got the two roots of or two zeros of this polynomial. Now let's find out sum of these zeros. Sum of the zeros is minus 4 and minus 3. So that means sum is minus 7. Let's give them names alpha and beta. Let's alpha is minus 4 and beta is minus 3. Alpha, beta, gamma, these are Greek alphabets. Generally we use them in mathematics. So alpha minus 4, let's take second root is beta, that is minus 3. So sum of the roots or sum of zeros, alpha plus beta will be equal to minus 7. And if we talk about the product of roots, alpha multiply beta, so their product will be minus 4 multiply minus 3, that means 12. So we got the polynomial. Sum of the zeros is minus 7 and product of the roots is 12. Now let's check out the polynomial again. The polynomial was x square plus 7x plus 12. Now here if we check out the coefficients of these polynomial, what is the coefficient of x square here? 1, because nothing is written, that means coefficient is 1. Coefficient of x, that is 7 here, and constant term is 12 here. So if we see closely that sum of the roots is equal to, we can write this as, if we divide coefficient of x by coefficient of x square and minus also, so what you will get, coefficient of x is 7, so minus we have taken, and x square ka coefficient hai 1, so we will get minus 7. And minus 7 was, you can check out sum of the roots, so sum of zeros was also minus 7. So we got the relation between sum of the zeros and coefficients. Sum of zeros is equal to minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square in the polynomial. Similarly, if we find out the rule for product of zeros, so what we will get, suppose we take constant term divided by coefficient of x square. So constant term is 12 here and coefficient of x square is 1. That means we will get 12. And if we check out the product of zeros we got earlier alpha beta, that was also 12. So that means product of zeros is equal to constant term divided by coefficient of x square. So that means the relation between the sum of zeros and product of zeros is, sum of zeros is equal to minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square, and product of zeros is equal to constant term by coefficient of x square. Sorry. So we can find out the relation between the zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. Let's take one more example. Let's take another polynomial. Let's take, suppose the polynomial is 2x square minus 8x plus 6. Now, first we will find the zeros of this polynomial. So, first we have to take 2 common from there. 2x square minus 4x plus 3. Whenever we do the factorization, we take the HCF out first. So, here the HCF is 2, we will take it out. Now, we will do the splitting of middle term. So, if you will split this middle term here, so you can split it like that. Product should be 3 and addition or subtraction should be minus 4. So, you can take minus 3x and minus 1x as the splitting of this. So, first 2 if you will take together, so x may be common, first 2 factors, and if from these 2 you can take minus 1 common. So, 2 factors are x minus 3 and x minus 1. This 2 will come together all the time. Now, there you got the 2 zeros of this, x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 1. Now, we can verify the same result for that. If we have to find out sum of zeros, so here the sum of zeros will be 4, and if you check out the coefficient here, sum of the zeros is 4. So check out the coefficients. That is coefficient of x square. Okay, what was the sum of zeros? Minus coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is minus 8 already. So minus of coefficient of x, that is minus 8, divided by coefficient of x square. X square means general term. If we compare it with the general term, so general term is ax square plus bx plus c. So a is 2, b is minus 8, c is 6 here. So coefficient of x square by coefficient of x by coefficient of x square, that is 2. So minus minus will become 4. You will get 4 only. That means sum of zeros is equal to, if you write down this result, what will be the sum of zeros? Minus coefficient of x. X का coefficient क्या है यहाँ से? B. And coefficient of x square is a. So that means sum of the zeros is equal to minus b by a. You can use this as a rule or formula also. Similarly, if we talk about product of zeros. So product of zeros in this case, if we find out product, that is 3 into 1, 3. And if according to the rule we check out constant term by coefficient of x square. Constant term is 6 here and coefficient of x square, that is 2 here. So we get 3. That is also verified. Now constant term can be written as c if we compare with the general term, and coefficient of x square is a here in the general term. So that means product of zeros is c by a and sum of the zeros is minus b by a. So this becomes a rule. To solve the MCQ, we can use this directly, that sum of the zeros, if we have to find out, so we can find the coefficient minus b by a. If we have to find the product of zeros, we can directly write c by a, coefficient of constant term divided by coefficient of x square. So you have to learn this as a rule as well. So now, so if we write them like alpha beta form, let alpha and beta are the roots of the polynomial. So sum, or if alpha, we got the result, if alpha beta are roots of polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, then sum of roots alpha plus beta will be equal to minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square, and product of roots will be equal to constant term by coefficient of x square, that is a. So this is the rule which you have to learn. Now we will move towards the next topic. So general, अब देखिए, next we will do some questions of the NCERT exercise 2.2 which are related to the same topic. We have to find out here the zeros of the polynomial, and as well we have to verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. So let's do some examples of that. Let's take the first question of the exercise. Some of the parts we will do here. This polynomial is given. So we have to find out the zeros of this polynomial, as well as we have to verify the relationship between zeros and coefficients. So we will do the same. Now you can see that it is not like the general term of the polynomial. General term of the polynomial is this, of a quadratic polynomial if we talk. So we will do the changes in this. We can write this like 6x square minus 7x minus 3. We have just changed the order of the terms, nothing else. So now this is the polynomial. So you can compare. Value of a is 6 here, b is minus 7, and c is minus 3. We have to find the roots of the polynomial first. So first we will find the roots of this by splitting the middle term. So how we can find the roots by splitting? We have to find two factors whose multiplication is minus 18 and whose subtraction or addition is minus 7. So we can take 9 and 2, I think. So minus 9 plus 2. Their sum is minus 7 and their multiplication is minus 18. We will take first two terms. Here 3x can be common. So 2x minus 3. From these two we can take 1 common. So we will get this. So that means first factor is 2x minus 3 and the second factor is 3x plus 1. If we put them equal to 0, 1 by 1. So 2x minus 3 if we put equal to 0. So value of x will be 3 by 2. And if we take 3x plus 1 equal to 0. So value of x will be minus 1 by 3. These two are the zeros of the given polynomial. Now we have to verify the relationship between zeros and coefficients. So if we find out sum of zeros. So sum of these zeros, 3 by 2 and minus 1 by 3. So plus minus will become minus. If we have to find out their sum, so we have to take the LCM. We will get 7 by 6. And if we have to find, and if we check from this, sum of the roots formula is minus b by a. So it is equal to minus b by a, because minus b is minus 7, b is minus 7. So we will do it separately. Sum of roots is minus b by a. So minus b की value है minus 7, a की value है 6. So minus minus will become 6. So 7 by 6 we are getting in both the cases. Hence it is verified. Similarly, we can verify product of zeros. If you multiply 3 by 2 and minus 1 by 3, both the zeros, so you will get minus 1 by 2, which can be written as c by a. देखिए, c by a, if you find out from here, minus 3 by 6, that is also minus 1 by 2. That means both are same. So hence the relation between the zeros and coefficients of the polynomial is verified. So these kind of questions are asked in the exam always. So let's take one more equation. Let's do t square minus 15. Now first we have to find the zeros. How we can find the zeros of this? There are two terms only, so we have to factorize first. 15 is not the square of any number, but we can write it as root of 15 square, right? So now this becomes a square minus b square. So we will apply here a plus identity, a plus b, a minus b. So we will get here from two roots. One, if you put this equal to 0, you will get root of minus 15, minus root of 15, and if you put this equals to 0, you will get root 15. So these two are the zeros of this polynomial. Now we have to verify again. So we will do sum of roots. Sum of zeros you can write. So if you will add both the zeros here, so you will get 0. Plus minus becomes 0 here. And if according to the rule you check out, it is minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. So coefficient of x क्या है आपके पास यहाँ से. अब now there is no terms of the single power. If you compare this with the general polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, so that means Here coefficient of x is not given, no term with the value power t is given. So that means coefficient is 0. We can write this like t square minus 0t plus 15, or plus 0t, sorry, minus 15, like this. We can write this. So that means coefficient of t is 0 here, and coefficient of x square is 1. That means you will get 0 only. So hence it is verified. 0 from here also, and here also you got the 0. Similarly, we will prove product of zeros or roots. So roots are minus root 15 multiply root 15. So if you multiply two rational numbers, you will get 15 only, minus 15. And if you check out by the rule, so we have the product of roots as constant term divided by coefficient of x square. So constant term is here minus 15. We will take the sign also along with it. C by a, that means minus 15, and a is 1 here. So minus 15 by 1, that means minus 15. So that's why that's how we verify sum of the roots is equal to this, and product of the roots also equals to this. All right. So similarly, we can do other examples of this topic also. If any of the term is missing, we have to compare it with the general polynomial. If any of the term is missing, we will take the coefficient of that term equals to 0. Suppose it is given to us 4u square plus 8u. Now here constant term is not given. If you compare it with the general term, you will get coefficient of x square, that means here coefficient is u. So u square variable is u, so u square का coefficient 4, so a will be 4. x का coefficient, that means u का coefficient है 8. c का constant term यहाँ given ही नहीं है, तो we will take it as 0. So similarly, we can find out the zeros and verify the result in the similar manner. Now we will take the cubic polynomial and find out the relationship between the cubic polynomials coefficients and zeros. Although it is not given in the syllabus, but for the information, I will tell you about the roots of the cubic polynomial also and the relation with the coefficients. Suppose we take the cubic polynomial, general cubic polynomial, if we take, that is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Let's take this cubic polynomial and let alpha beta. Now 3 roots will be there, real roots, because it is a cubic polynomial that has power degree 3. So at most 3 real roots will be there. Let alpha beta gamma be the zeros of or roots of this polynomial. अब sum of the zeros की अगर हम बात करें, that means alpha plus beta plus gamma. Sum of the zeros is, in this case, is minus b by a. You have to learn the formula only. That means coefficient of x square minus coefficient of x square by coefficient of x cube. Now that means second को first से divide करेंगे, and if we take the sum of the zeros taking 2 at a time, 2 zeros का product हम एक बार में लें, alpha beta, beta gamma, gamma का alpha से, and then we add them. So we will get the answer as c by a. C means coefficient of x by a. And if we do take the product of all of the roots together, alpha, beta, gamma, तीनों का multiplication लेंगे, तो it will be equal to minus d by a, where d is the constant term and a is the coefficient of x cube. That means divide तो हम हमेशा x cube के first coefficient से करेंगे, एक और alternate होंगे, first negative then positive then negative. यहाँ पर एक एक सिंगल एडिशन है, यहाँ डबल के पेयर में एडिशन है, ये ट्रिपल आपका मल्टीप्लिकेशन है. सो दीज रिजल्ट यू कैन लर्न फॉर द फ्यूचर रेफरेंसेस. Now we will do the questions of the type when the sum and product of the zeros is given and we have to formulate a quadratic equation. So formula for that may be f of x polynomial when sum and product of the zeros is given. So you can take this as f of x k. K represents any constant here. कोई भी constant k को हम represent कर रहे हैं x square minus sum of zeros multiply x plus product of zeros. This we will take as a general formula to construct a quadratic polynomial. If we are given the sum of the roots as 1/4 and product as -1. So how we will find out the polynomial here? Why we are taking k, you can understand it by an example here. Now f of x will be k into x square minus, we have to put the sum of zeros, that is 1/4 into x plus product of zeros. Product of zeros is -1, so plus minus will become -1. Now we will take here 4 LCM. So if you will take 4 LCM, it will become 4x square minus 1x minus 4. You will get this as the polynomial now. So देखिए अब यहाँ पर पॉलिनोमियल जो है उसमें फ्रैक्शन की जरूरत नहीं है हमें, तो व्हाट वी विल डू, दिस k/4 वी विल राइट टुगेदर. k/4 4x square minus x minus 4, एंड बिकॉज k वाज अ नॉन कॉन्स्टेंट तो k की वैल्यू तो कुछ भी हो सकती है. तो अगर हम कांस्टेंट को 4 से डिवाइड करेंगे तो वो भी तो कोई कांस्टेंट टर्म ही आएगी. कोई भी k कुछ भी कांस्टेंट नंबर हो सकता है, सपोज 8 9 10 कुछ भी. सो अगर हम उसको 4 से डिवाइड करेंगे तो वी विल अगेन गेट सम कांस्टेंट नंबर. सो लेट्स गिव दिस अनदर नेम, लेट्स गिव इट a. ठीक है, सो वी विल गेट दिस पॉलिनोमियल एज आवर आंसर. दिस विल बी द पॉलिनोमियल. a कोई भी कांस्टेंट टर्म आएगी जो अंदर मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएगी सब कोफिशिएंट से, सो हमारी पॉलिनोमियल बन जाएगी. सो दिस इज द पॉलिनोमियल रिक्वायर्ड. When the sum and product of the roots is given, zeros is given, we can formulate any quadratic polynomial. Sometimes we can skip this a also. We can write the answer of the polynomial like this also. That is also correct. This a is negligible. Okay. Now let's do one more example like this. When suppose the sum of the zeros is given √2 and product of the zeros is given 1/3. Suppose these two are given. Sum is given √2 and product is given 1/3. So now we will formulate again. The rule is same. Polynomial will be, you can take f of x, p of x as notation of the polynomial. कुछ भी ले सकते हैं. k x square minus sum of zeros. Sum of zeros, that is √2 multiply x plus product of zeros. Product is 1/3. This is by the formula we have to find out. Now 3 we will take as LCM. We should make the polynomial fraction tree. So 3 we will take the LCM. So we will get 3x square minus 3√2x plus 1 divided by 3. Now this k/3 we will give this name as a, and the polynomial will be this. That is our required polynomial. So by this we can construct any quadratic polynomial when the sum and product of the zeros is given. So let's do one more part. When the sum is given 0 and multiplication of the zeros is given as √5. So we can construct the polynomial as f of x k into x square minus sum of the zeros. Sum is 0, so 0 into x plus product, that is √5. So it will become a very simple equation. X square 0 into x will be 0 plus √5. That means second term is 0 here because coefficient is 0. So this is our required polynomial. So by this method you can find, just you have to learn this formula and you can construct any quadratic equation. So this was done in the NCERT book. In the next video we will do some important and some frequently asked questions of the chapter polynomial, which are generally asked in different exams. So if you like my videos, if my videos are helpful for you, so please like, subscribe and share my channel, and press the notification icon, bell icon, so that you can find the notification of the coming video. Thank you very much.